There's something very graphic about black and white photography. A great black and white image can be timeless, engaging, and pretty much every adjective you can think of. But the most important qualities of black and white photographs are the simplicity and the ability to create drama. What's going on, guys? My name's Cory at Cory Photo on Instagram and Twitter. Let's just jump right in. Unless you're shooting film, chances are you're converting to black and white in Photoshop or another editing software. So you're not really approaching the shot with a black and white mentality. Because I was taught by film photographers, I lived in that zone. Even though a good majority of my photography is digital, I still live in that zone. A good trick for me was to change the previews in the back of my camera to black and white. This allows me to see the light and the exposure in a different way and not have to worry about the colors. I also boost the contrast since I'm so heavy-handed in post, and that helps me simplify the image in camera. Just a small guiding force that has really changed how I shoot digitally. Afterwards, when I'm knee-deep in post-production, I use the exact same steps I use for my color tones. If you're confused at all about my post-production process, all the videos you need are right here. Aside from doing the exact same things I do for a color image, I just add a couple more things. Either adding drama or shadows with contrast or simplifying an image right down to its core. Let's jump into some examples. The first thing I do is edit the photo so it can be swapped to color at any time. If I do the skin first, then I can easily make it a color image, which is great practice if a client pulls a 180 after the image has already been retouched, which clients love to do. But the key about this is once you're done your black and white and then you go into your skin tones and all your retouching's done, then you can worry about the tones, and this is where you can truly shape and mold light. Once you're done, you can go into the grain. Let's go into the next image. This is another fantastic image. I don't know what it is about his expression or the moment that I capture, but you are truly locked into the eyes. You'll see when I completely get rid of the treatment, all of that is lost. Why is that lost? There's some distraction in his glasses, some distractions around his collar. You see some tones in the background, some flyaways. But as we start to clean up the skin, turn it to black and white, start shaping and molding it in, you can even see that I've added some curves to the sides of his face to draw your eye right into the center of his face and into his eyes. And then add your grain. It's very simple. It's the same technique every time. Next image. So this is the starting shot. You can see I did my background on my skin. Then I change it to black and white. Then I add my dodging and burning, and then I can do my tones. What's beautiful here is how you can shape the light again. I start with the black, my brightness and contrast layers. They are full 100% here. And then once the brightness and contrast is added, you can see if I take one is perfect. This is where most people stop, but I like to push it as hard as I can. So the second one, you can see it's a little bright in the flowers and a little dark here, but what I do is I go back and I darken the flowers with a curve layer that's been brought down, and I lift the lower mids where it's too dark. You can see here the neck's a little distracting, so what I did is I just sculpted with another curve layer and bring it down, and now you see everything is drawn to the eyes. When I add the rest of my treatments and tones, that eye is popping, and your eye is drawn right to her face, straight to the humanity. And I don't think I could have gotten that in a color image, but because I worked smart, if I drop the opacity, I have a beautiful color image. What do you guys think? Better in color, better in black and white? Let me know in the comments below. Next image, another beautiful image from Ziggy Marley, but if I go right down to where we started, just very bland. The colors are really cool. I feel like I could have gone in a direction where I followed the color palette and went with something cyan or even something red to balance it. But I loved his shirt and the texture it had, and I knew if I cranked that with contrast that it was going to give it an amazing texture. So what I did was the same thing. Turn on my skin just to get nothing too crazy here. Then I do my black and white. Then I do my dodging and burning, and then the tones. So you see I really shape light here. Look at the drama that's on this side of his face. So I'm going to do brightness and contrast, but it goes a little too far, so I just go underneath and I bring those sections back. And what this allows you to do is truly sculpt your photograph with light. And if you truly want to know how to shape with light, just check my tones and color correction video in the link to the description. I go a lot more in depth there. And then you add your grain. Alright, last one. Skin, black and white, add your treatment and your tones, and then add your grain. Simple. And the beautiful thing about all of these is you can go back to your black and white layer, drop the opacity to somewhere around 50%, and you have yourself an amazing color image if you need it. But I think black and white looks way better. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below. And that's it. That's how I deal with black and whites. My name is Cory Vanderploeg at Cory Photo on Twitter and Instagram. If you have any comments below or think that my black and white images look better in color, let me know. Cheers, guys.